Good day. Today is Friday, October 7th, 2022. A cool, more and more autumn-like morning here in the Sonoran Desert. I'm looking at chapter 53 of the Tao Te Ching today. It says, I would love to follow the Tao every moment of my life, but distractions are everywhere, and everyone is pushing, pulling, wanting my attention. The rich buy every kind of toy for their amusement. The government buys every kind of weapon for their protection. A few drink fine wine and eat at tables laden with the finest meats. All this goes on at the expense of the mass of ordinary people, whose fields grow money and whose jobs make money for the very few. This is contrary to the flow of the Tao and will surely end in misery. Lao Tzu was a philosophical teacher, a wise sage. That would not have got him in trouble. He got in trouble most of his life because he was also a social critic. Not because he wanted to be, but because his understanding of the Tao led him to the conclusion that as he looked at his society, it was not in line with the Tao. He lived during the Warring States period of China's history, a period where wealth was flowing from the rural farmers and tradespeople to support the ambitions of wealth and power of several different states who were vying to become a dynasty. Now, of course, we also live in a Warring States era, don't we? Powerful states seeking security through strength and domination. This creates an economy of fear in which money is spent in an attempt to buy security through accumulation and position and wealth. And then when that doesn't work, the money is spent on distraction and diversion, some way to escape from the underlying fears. All of this causes the money to move toward the top, and the powerful of the economic and political powers gain, while the ordinary people lose. Lao Tzu was not a revolutionary. He didn't have some sort of an economic or political plan. He just knew that culture had gone wrong, and that he himself was at risk amidst all of its chaos. Now, I agree that his take on culture was correct, and it would be the same take on our culture. But I'm not this oasis of purity in the midst of a wasteland of economic and political contamination. I'm part of the crud. I participated in it all the time. And the question is what to do. Just as he asked the question, I would love to follow the Tao every moment, but the distractions are everywhere and the demands on my attention are almost infinite. So the question is, where do I place my attention? If I can live from a place of essentially belonging to the Tao, of letting my fears dissipate in the quiet and the stillness of the ordinary, everyday, present moment, then I no longer fully participate in the destructive mechanisms. I'm caught in them to a degree, but my participation becomes less and less. The present moment is where the possibilities are peaceful and infinite. If I turn my attention to voices of fear, these possibilities disappear, and they are replaced by a narrow canyon of anxiety and almost terror. The whole catastrophe operates on this distraction of attention and mindfulness, on my fears and my attempts to assuage those fears. The solution, therefore, lies in a mindful attention and the deeper, more true more sane realities of life, and that's the present moment. You and I have the possibility of choosing where we place our attention. Do we place our attention on the stories we have been fed by culture and the illusion of somehow gaining control and safety through enough effort, enough achievement, enough worth, enough spending? Or on the fundamental nature of our existence, that we are beings of the earth and of the cosmos, that we came from, abide in, and will always be a part of this mystery until we go on to some other form of this mystery. The quality of our lives is determined by the focus of our attention. And the quality of our culture is determined by the focus of our attention. When we return our attention to the simple pleasures, the simplicity of the present moment, the qualities of existence that are in front of us, in the tastes and the textures and the sounds and the beauty and even the pain, it's real. And when we focus our attention there, our culture will return as well. In the meantime, it requires mindfulness and choice in each moment because it's difficult. The distractions are everywhere, and everyone is pushing, pulling, and wanting my attention. Do I fuel the mechanisms of chaos and misery? Or do I gradually take my attention away from that and calm the fear in my mind, calm the fear that has been generated in my thoughts by turning my attention to the sane, present moment, wonderful reality of being alive, safe in life or in death. I would love to follow the Tao every moment of my life, but distractions are everywhere. And my fears push and pull and want my attention, and I'm not going to give it. I'm going to give it to the present moment. And in the present moment, a little bit later on, I hope to see you down the road. Blessings.